The Currys are an indie folk rock family band who specialize in three-part harmony and thoughtful songwriting. The Currys started their career in the oyster bars of the Florida Panhandle and are currently based out of Charlottesville, Virginia, where they've recorded and released 3 full-length records. Welcome, gentlemen. We've got Galen, Tommy, and Jimmy Curry, correct?
That's right. Yeah, we're all both by Currys.
You are the Currys. Nothing spicy about you, though, huh?
Well, I don't know. You can only see the tops of our bodies.
Likewise. So, 10 years in the business now. Did you expect you'd still be playing music at this point?
I don't think I thought I was looking that far down the road, if I'm completely honest. I might have chosen a different career if I had been.
Who does look 10 years ahead, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, yeah. We certainly don't.
It's a classic question people like to ask. Where do you see yourself in, 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
And I think when we were in our early 20s, we wouldn't have said still living primarily with each other.
And anybody who asks that question is usually looking back on their own life, at least of 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. With mountains of regret.
So just for anybody who doesn't know, 2 brothers and a cousin, right?
That's right.
And
Galen's the odd man out.
I'm a cousin.
Did you all grow up in the same area?
No, I grew up, we're actually currently in my hometown of Potsdam, New York, way upstate New York. And these 2 guys grew up in Florida.
That's right.
Cool. It's great that you got together.
Yeah. Well, the family connection helps. So we used to spend summers together, and as kids, we would just sing and play a lot. And that, eventually, through a very circuitous route, turned into this enterprise.
Excellent. I listened to some of your older and some of your newer songs, and clearly, I think there's a different sound. Do you feel that you're evolving, or still trying to find maybe a signature sound, or just going with the flow?
Yeah, I think kind of maybe a little bit of all of that. There's definitely been comfortability with the recording process, I think, which has helped us to, experiment a little bit more. And so I think that our records in that respect, maybe instrumentally and production-wise, have matured a little bit. And then also, I think that we, through that, also sort of tied into that is just, we like a lot of different kinds of music. So it's nice for us as music appreciators to then, when we record our own stuff, to kind of dabble and add in little bits and pieces of other, what might seem slightly out of genre for what I think started mostly as like a folk rock band.
Mm-hmm. And you've also done several covers, and you always seem to put your own twist on them as well.
Yeah, it's most fun to, if you're going to play someone else's music, to interpret it in a way that's interesting to you. I mean, we've played enough bar gigs in our career to we play lots of songs, lots of other people's songs, great songs, and some of them are not particularly interesting, original, or anything. But the ones that we tend to perform and that tend to last the longest for us are those that we've arranged ourselves because they spoke to us in some way, and we found a fun way of performing them that, we still like. So
highly recommend anybody to go to your website and check it out. What is your website? Is thecurrysmusic.com?
That's right.
That's the one.
That's it.
Excellent. So you were recently doing a Kickstarter campaign to raise funds for your 4th album. What was the result? Were you successful?
We were, it worked out great. We've been very lucky to have found a pocket of very ardent supporters, and we've been able to raise a little bit of money for each record that we've done, because the process is so expensive, obviously. And if you're doing it correctly, you want to make sure that you're not limited financially by it. So, and I get, we're still very limited financially, but we were able to, work with extra instrumentalists at times, and producers and people to help mix it and all that kind of thing. And we're in the weeds right now of finishing up the mixes of the next record. We're sending the masters off
this week,
Thursday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you have an estimated time when they'll be back?
Yeah, I mean, we should get the mastering should be done on Thursday, and then we just have to print the physical copies and set a digital distribution deadline. I think the target is mid-September. I suspect sometime around September 15th. We have a show in Charlottesville, which is where we're currently based, and that's sort of like our soft launch, probably.
Excellent. So you're going to be performing at the Black Bear Americana Music Festival. Is this your first time to Goshen, Connecticut?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Tommy spent some time in Connecticut, but I'm not sure.
I used to teach high school. Right out of college, I taught high school in Danbury, Connecticut for 3 years. But I don't know that I've ever been to that part of the state.
It's beautiful. It's
I'm
absolutely
sure.
gorgeous. You're going to love it. It's going to be right when the leaves are turning, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Sounds good to me. Sign me up.
Gosh, look at those leaves.
Oh, Lord.
The whole festival is a great atmosphere. It's not a large festival, so you're not going to get lost in anything, and there's plenty to do. There's multiple stages.
We learned about the festival first through Joe Crookston.
I just spoke with him.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah.
We met him at the Heartwood Music Festival down in Gainesville, Florida.
That's
and
right.
He recommended the Black Bear Fest to us. That was our route to finding out it even existed. And he said it was great feel and a lot of, great music lovers attend. So we're excited to enter the community.
Excellent. Yeah. Do you do a lot of networking when you're on the road and doing shows?
Ideally, it sort of happens organically. You cross paths with someone, you share a show with somebody you hadn't played with before, or you're at a festival and friend of a friend has played with this guy, or this is a musician they know. So a lot of it just happens by being available and playing and showing up and working, 100+ dates a year. But there's always the like sort of semi-artificial part of it where you're like, okay, I probably should put in some FaceTime at this night or this time. And you still have to sort of, do those kinds of things. But it's much nicer when it's just a part. This is the benefit of festivals. It bring a lot of creators together, a lot of music appreciators and music makers. And so the networking kind of becomes an afterthought. It's just a part of being community. And then it doesn't feel quite as like
slimy,
quite as motivated. Instead, it's just the good part of making stuff and sharing it with people. So we do networking, but ideally in the best way.
And there's workshops at this festival as well. So it's another way to interact with the other artists as well.
Cool.
I just really love the harmonies.
Thank you.
Which once again proves the theory that I have that siblings and even cousins have unique abilities to match pitch and tempo and just be in sync well together.
Yeah. Cousins less so, obviously, but
it's all in degrees.
I think
we're doing the best we can.
It's a little bit unfair. I think there is something about the cadence and the timbre of voices that have similar genetic lineage. You just kind of, they sound nice together. Nice together.
Yeah, even if it is subconscious, all the little quirks of the way people speak and sing. If you've just
spent a lot of time.
You've heard them talking and making noises when they were just learning to talk and make noises.
Yeah.
He's been listening to me speak for so many years.
Yeah. Jimmy's the youngest, so
the last to speak.
Tommy, yeah, exactly. So Tommy and I, as 3-year-olds, were studying him in labs as soon as he was born to match his speech patterns perfectly.
Yeah.
Do you have an anthem song, one that you play to get the crowd really roared up?
Tub thumping.
Yeah.
Oh, you did that cover?
Yeah, exactly.
We definitely have songs we rely on at certain parts of the set to sort of to hit certain moments. I think that the song that would most aptly fit like what you're describing is probably If I Find It.
Sure,
very harmony forward. I get to play mandolin. It's not, it's on the borderline between like your Americana and pop tune. And it's I think that the melody of the chorus, Jimmy wrote that song. The melody of the chorus is really catchy, and I think it jumps out to people immediately. Some other songs grow on you the more times you hear them. That song, I think you can hear it one time in a live setting and it speaks.
It helps that we sing the chorus 6 to 8 times in that song.
Really sing a lot.
Yep.
That one
Hammer-
really definitely stood out for me, but I thought you might say something like "Let's get drunk."
Well, it depends. Each song has its moment.
Yeah.
If we're about to start our third set in a bar, that's usually a good one, a good go-to.
We save that song for the end when we're playing elementary schools.
There you go.
Let them age a little throughout the set.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, would you like to play a quick game?
I
Would
can't
love
wait.
to.
Yes, please.
It's called Lyrical Ponderings. I'm going to give you a song title that's in the form of a question. You can either tell me who sang the song or answer the question.
Okay. Okay.
So give me a number, random number between 1 and 201.
Oh,
46.
46. Here we go. Who let the dogs out?
That would be Baha Men.
Yes.
That was a
Ding, ding,
boring-
ding, ding.
That was I could answer the question.
Sorry. You keep
The thing is, that question has no answer.
yeah.
Who did? It's not answered
It's
in the
not
song.
answered in the song.
Somebody
yeah.
did.
Somebody did it.
Yeah, it's definitely clear that someone did.
The only thing I know is that the party was pumping.
Yeah.
Yippee-yi-yo.
Now you can do that as a cover at the Black
Yeah.
Bear
Our
Americana
new
Music
anthem,
Fest.
Our new anthem to pump up the crowd. Thank
Yeah.
you. Greg.
There you go. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. And I definitely looking forward to seeing you at the Black Bear Americana Music Festival, October
thanks so
6th through the 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having us.
All right. Take care.
See you,
Same.
Bye.